This video shows the deadlock control and displaying of different types of deadlock files. In the post, you will have a link to the part 1 covering this control, or let's say feature of the application. To test the code written up to this point, we will open few SQL Server deadlock files using deadlock control and using SQL Server Management Studio in order to compare them and check the code. If you would like, it is a bit of reverse engineering that started with the simplest example covering a simple deadlock file which lead to a more complicated deadlock file and so on. When I am saying reverse engineering, I am not speaking about using applications that try to have a peek in the code that SSMS used to display the deadlock. I am speaking about looking to its XML text representation, looking to its visual interpretation in SSMS, and start Googling or ChatGPT about how to achieve that. When Google or ChatGPT cannot help, or I am unable to explain myself enough in order to obtain the answers I need, I am using my own understanding of how to achieve the result. If you check my old post, you would see I was working on the execution plan graphical implementation POC long before ChatGPT. Going back to the deadlock graphs, I suppose you could see up to this point some visual interpretation and comparing them with SQL Server Management Studio representation. You will see, if not shown up to this point, some types of deadlocks for which my code is not working, or better said, the code that should deal with those types is not written yet, nor discovered. Like mentioned in my previous post, for this control, the main benefit is that we can obtain in tabular format some of the information in the deadlock. Other benefits might be added as you spend more hours in developing this control. If you check some of the tools on the market which helps DBAs visualizing a deadlock, try to add more features into it. I saw at some point some having a play button allowing users to see how events happened, their order. This might be possible because some of the processes have a timestamp which they can tie to each rectangle or whatever shape they use to display the objects involved in deadlock. As mentioned, the amount of value that can be added to the control depends on what database team is supposed to do when it comes to deadlocks. If your DBA team is a platform DBA team, then you might give them the XDL file and the application team can use SQL Server Management Studio. If you want your DBA platform team to look more professional, you build your tool for visualization, and you can provide them the deadlock in a different format and with more data associated with it. Usually deadlocks are dealt with by applications DBAs, but when you are asked to provide some insight into the deadlock, having your own GUI in which you can add dictionaries for each attribute and tag in the deadlock file, describing the deadlock in human terms becomes much easier and save DBAs a lot of time. For the remaining of the video, you will just see me opening other deadlock files. The main benefit of companies working to their own GUI is the freedom of doing it whenever they want without worrying about destroying something, since they will work on a copy of the source code that they use in production. The other benefit I see, for me at least, is the switching from one feature to another without being worried about deadlines. As I said, this application in its current form can be used for what is working, but its goal was to give IT guys for which their job is also their hobby a playground. I am happy when I see other people coming with similar applications, giving them for free together with the source code. Our job is 1/3. We sleep for another third, hence I would say we should spend our time at job doing something interesting. I worked in a lot of companies and there is not enough interesting, challenging things for all employees, which led me to create this application, and my desire for each company in IT field to have something like this in order to entertain the employees that want it. I still believe a tool like this have more benefits than any SQL courses or conferences.